Triathlons require a lot of stamina, speed, and strength. That's the holy trinity for triathletes all around the world. So for today's video, we'll be sharing some tips on how to become the fastest triathlete in the world. So for today's video, we'll be sharing some tips on how to become a faster triathlete. So stay with us up until the end of this video so you won't miss any of these tips. Welcome to Triathlon Global Insights, the motivation channel for all triathletes. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to stay updated with what's happening in the triathlon world. We keep you updated about triathlon news, incredible races, training tips, and information about pro athletes. Everyone wants to go a bit faster, whether they're new to the triathlon world and have just entered their first race, or whether they're a seasoned pro racer for the nth time. There will always be room for development regarding speed and technique. After all, you're dealing with 3 areas, not to mention the phases, sacrifices, and diet that go into a good race. That said, we offer a few effective methods to help you speed up. After all, the more efficient you are at swimming, cycling, and running, the quicker you can train and compete at the same heart rate. Most athletes know the terms slow twitch and fast twitch muscles, which relate to aerobic or anaerobic muscles respectively. The aerobic system provides almost all of an athlete's energy throughout triathlons. Training the body's aerobic muscle fibers, also known as slow twitch muscle fibers, is one of the most significant strategies to become fast. In addition, aerobic muscles are more cost-effective, fatigue-resistant, and capable of burning fat for long-term energy. The sweet spot of training is when you have enough volume, time, and kilometers, but not too much, and when you are moving fast, but not too fast. This is referred to as overreaching, and it occurs after a period of working out only to maintain fitness, but before the commencement of overtraining. The formula for high performance is simple. Training equals work plus rest. Overtraining is the most common cause of overreaching. Our muscles propel us through the water, provide power for our bikes, and enable us to run efficiently. However, even a minor abnormality in our stride induced by muscular imbalance might cause us to slow down. This could be because of running in cycling shoes that don't fit, a bad diet, or too much exercise. Strength is a related muscular condition. Traditional weightlifting programs may deteriorate aerobic function, affect gait, and limit endurance, resulting in a poor economy and a slowing of the body. Instead, focus on activities that make you tired, like weightlifting, which builds without bulking or weakening the aerobic system and doesn't make you fat. Running allows us to capture the impact forces we experience when touching the ground and convert them into energy. This unique energy return mechanism won't work well if your foot technique isn't proper. This will slow you down. Here's a fact. Your feet may decrease strength due to muscle imbalance, overstretched tendons, inflexibility, and possibly other issues due to overtraining. Shoes with over-supported, thick-soled, and outsized heels, which are also heavier, are the major cases of poor foot function. Experiment and find the best technique for you. Also, find proper running shoes that will match your feet and support your ankles, bones, and muscles. Our speed is directly influenced by the food we consume, which improves fat burning, muscular balance, circulation, and aids in the development of a healthier aerobic body. Refined carbohydrates, sugar, and processed flour are the most critical impediments to this endurance capacity. If you want to become faster, stay away from them. However, this does not imply that eating carbs will help you burn fat during a race. The less food you have in your stomach during a race, the less likely you will be slowed down by indigestion, diarrhea, or other GI problems. It also helps you if you get better at aerobics and fat burning, which means you'll need less food during a race because you'll be able to use more of your body fat for energy. For decades, endurance athletes have looked at altitude training to improve their performance. However, this is deceptive. Going to altitude or utilizing a genuine altitude chamber isn't enough to assure success. Why? Because the procedure requires a fit body. You need to get enough iron, folic acid, and protein when you live at an altitude to keep your red blood cells healthy and your aerobic performance up. A poor diet might not meet these needs. The brain is the most misunderstood and underappreciated portion of an athlete's body, even though it affects all of the aspects listed above, either directly or indirectly. Furthermore, a healthy brain functions better. Some of these elements may instantly enhance endurance speed, while others may take longer. But again, it is dependent on the person, their discipline, and the artistry with which they carry it out. Triathletes sometimes make the error of performing too much of their training at a moderate level. Exercise scientists say that the area between the ventilatory threshold, when the breathing rate suddenly increases, and the lactate threshold, which is the highest intensity at which it is safe to talk to each other, is called moderate intensity by people who work out. Any training strategy that works in a small quantity is even more successful in a more significant amount. Put another way, the maximum beneficial dose of any particular training approach is always higher than the minimum effective dosage. This is especially true of approaches like high-intensity interval training, which are notoriously harmful when done in large quantities. For example, a training regimen with one high-intensity session per week and 6 days off will not be as successful as one with 2 high-intensity workouts and 5 days out. However, if you feel a little under the weather, listen to your body and rest. Triathletes often put the least amount of effort into the discipline they dislike the most. Unfortunately, triathletes' least favorite disciplines are also the weakest most of the time. This is an issue since triathletes' weakest discipline offers the most significant room for growth. On the other hand, you don't want to travel too far the other way. You will lose part of your edge in your best leg of triathlon if you ignore the other 2 disciplines to strengthen your biggest weakness. When training for a race, you should focus equally on swimming, cycling, and running. If you work out 6 times a week, 2 swims, 2 bike rides, and 2 run sessions should be done 6 times a week. Do 3 sessions in each area if you work out 9 times, and so on. The off-season is the best time to focus on strengthening your weakest discipline. Reduce your training in your 2 most vital disciplines to 1 session per week at this time, and practice it more or less every day. Hill repetitions are essential for increasing strength and endurance. This 60-minute run set is done once a week, but during race week, the volume is cut back and used as a sharpening session. Warm up by running 2 to 3 kilometers at a moderate pace. Main set 1 consists of a 5 by 2 minute uphill road repetitions performed at high intensity. First, the simple jog back down the slope to your starting position is recovery. Then go for a steady jog of 2 to 3 kilometers to break up the training. Main set 2 consists of 5 by 2 minute uphill road repetitions performed at high intensity. The simple jog back down the slope to your starting position is recovery. Perform a lengthy bike workout with various intensities to improve basic endurance and polish your body in preparation for Ironman and 70.3 races. The main strength set on the bike is 2.5 hours. Do it once a week, but not during race week, and use a turbo. Warm up for 15 minutes, increasing the intensity. 5 repetitions of the main set, 20 minutes between Ironman and 70.3 power intensity, depending on your training phase, followed by 5 minutes of easy spinning recovery. Then, spin for 10 minutes to cool off. Joining a triathlon event and being a triathlete was never easy to begin with. You need to invest a lot of time and effort to achieve your dreams of becoming a champ in triathlon. I hope you will apply all of these tips as you continue to enhance yourself physically, mentally, and emotionally. And please leave a comment if you find these tips helpful. Thanks for watching and staying with us up until the end. Please like, subscribe, and press that notification bell so you'll be updated on the next upload. Take care, everyone.